All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy to have you today. My name is Julius, and welcome to today's call. It's a privilege to have you here. I don't want to take you for granted, and I hope you'll be able to learn and enjoy today's session. It's a privilege, and basically happy to have everybody onto our call today. We are basically in the month of April, and we are about to close it up and enter the month of May. I hope this month has been a significant month to you, and the market has been not so good and not so bad. It is mainly a ranging market, and today we believe that this week will be a phenomenal week. Today is the 24th of April 2024, and welcome to Royalq Signals and Presets. Protocol observed to different leaders on the call worldwide. Happy to have you here. The V5s on the call, the V4s on the call, the V3s on the call, the V2s on the call, the V1s. Welcome everybody to today's call. I expect you to be here for at least the next 1 hour. I'll do my best to make sure by at around 10 minutes past 11, I'll be done. And what do you expect to learn by the end of this call? You expect to understand that the robot can be automated. And since you may not have the power to automate the robot, like I'm going to share, we use the signals where we talk about the signals, the 3% 300x challenge. We shall be able to, by the end of this call, be able to understand how to use set according to the signal and how to use default settings. And lastly, we shall talk about capital management, the 20, 30, 50 formula. And that will be the end of our call today. I expect you to have a notebook and a pen so that you can be able to write, so that it becomes very easy for you along the line to take personal decisions, because you have somewhere you had put some written notes that could help you also teach the new people that join you in your business or in your team to be able to enjoy the opportunity. Basically, as I get started, I also want to remind you that we are moving closer to the Bitcoin halving every single day. And we are into an area we call the pre-halving bull run, where we are into an important aspect of accumulation of crypto, where people are buying more crypto. I have personally seen some signs of good pre-bull run in different cryptocurrencies along the world. And last week, I was following one meme token where someone invested $27 and made $1 million. I've seen other cryptocurrencies emerge into the market as we are into the pre-bull run. I've seen some coins like the Zen coin, the BZen. These may not be traded in Royalq, but these are some of the signs. I've seen some coins do over 2,000%, 2,800% in the market in the last week. And these are major signs that show the pre-bull run. And so you are located at the right time, in the right timing, that could help you find financial freedom. If someone asks me, what is cryptocurrency? My main definition is that cryptocurrency is financial freedom, right? It is the financial freedom because it gives you the power and the ability to make money when you want it without working for anyone, right? Okay, I usually tell my friends that I meet that when you understand crypto, you don't need to work for anyone. Just need to sit at your home, make money when you want, and you determine how much you need every single day. So welcome to today's call. My name is 'Some few reminders also, but before I start off right now, I'll be personally in Nairobi in Kenya. I'll be personally in Nairobi in Kenya on the 5th and the 6th of this month. On the 5th, I'll be able to share on the location is Meridian Hotel. If you are in Nairobi, if you are coming from Kenya, on the 5th, it is Meridian Hotel. What do you need to do to be able to attend to help the organizers of that event to have a successful event? Both of 2 days, you need to only go and get yourself a ticket from the organizers led by Mr. Chadwick Bibo from Kenya, led by Leader Eunice from Kenya. You get yourself a ticket. And when you get yourself a ticket, you can attend 2 events and you can invite all your prospects you want, all right? You get yourself a ticket and attend to. On the 5th, I'll be able to teach simple technical analysis tactics that you could use to find good coins to trade, how to set your robot, how to automate your robot, and how to build a team. All those topics will be handled by me. And also I'll paint a clear picture about the next bull run and what is expected. According to statistics, before I start right now, before we enter 2024, the market seems that it will go between $50,000 and $60,000. According to different statisticians, we expect Bitcoin to go between $50,000 to $60,000 this year before we go to the Bitcoin halving. How prepared are you to grab yourself some dollars? It's up to you. But then let's get into our topic for today. I'll be able to handle 5 topics today with you guys. 1, you're going to understand that the robot can be automated. 2, if you can't automate the robot, that's why we use the signals to help you profit. 3, you'll be able to learn how to set the signals according to the signal sent. Also, you'll be able to know how to use the default settings to set your robot. And 3, you'll understand why 3% 300x. Why 3% 300x? Why 3% 300x? In the 3% 300x challenge, we also promise that along the line, we shall be able to provide some few coins we believe that could do more than other coins in the market. For those that would love to change their lives, they would be able to hold some few coins along the line. We are having a great team of the Zaveners that are doing a good task to find some good coins that people could invest in very little money. And these coins could do around, like for example, last year, if you don't follow up, if you go and check on a coin called Shiba Inu, it did around, I think, 15,000,000% in profit, all right? 15,000,000% in profit, all right? So basically, we shall be able to make sure that we find some good tokens you could be able to buy along the line in your different exchanges or different DEX. When we talk about DEX, we mean decentralized wallets. When we talk about ECEX, we mean exchanges, all right? So you could be able to use the DEX or the exchanges to be able to buy some coins that may not be in Royalq, but could do more than other coins in the market, right? So in the 3% 300x challenge, when the time comes, we shall be able to give you some coins. You could risk $10, you could risk $20, you could risk $50, you could risk $100, and be able to make amazing profit you have never seen in this world. So you have a team of guys that are doing that task for us. And when the time comes right, we shall be able to share with you some of those coins you could buy and hold. And maybe throughout the bull run, they could have the power to change your life. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's session. And allow me right away, share my screen and let's go to our main topic for today. Have a question, note it down. And in the last few minutes of this Zoom, you'll be allowed to ask your question, either raise up your hand, ask your question, and be helped accordingly. All right, beautiful. Beautiful. So allow me share my screen. It's just loading up. And let's get into our main lesson for today. But before I get started, let me see those that have some notebooks. If you are here, you have somewhere to write. Very important, if you are here and you have somewhere to write, type for me 1 in the chat. If you are here and you have somewhere to write, type for me 1 in the chat. You have somewhere to write, Type for me 1 in the chat, 1 in the chat, 1 in the chat, 1 in the chat, 1 in the chat. If you don't have where to write, I want to remind you that it's only note takers that are action takers that are money makers. Whatever I teach right now, I'm not picking it up from my brain. I have something written down, guys. All right. So it is note takers that are action takers that are money makers. Make sure you don't just take notes and don't take action. Right. So you take notes, you take action, and you make money. Right. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. So let us get started. Okay. Reminder 1. It is important for everybody on the call to understand that the reason why I was invited to Royalq and maybe you yourself is the ability that the robot will trade for me. It did not make a lot of sense to me, and I really got annoyed when I was told that I'm buying a robot that's going to trade for me, and this is not what I found. I found that these guys were now providing signals. I want you to understand that everybody wants to have a fully automated robot. When I talk about a fully automated robot, ladies and gentlemen, I mean that the robot buys and sells all the time, 24 hours, 7 days, 365 days in a year, right? So every minute, every second, the robot is buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. So if someone wants a fully automated robot in the USDT market, remember, ladies and gentlemen, before I get started, let me come back to you guys. Let me come back to you. I need to find out how many markets do we have in Royalq? How many markets can we trade in Royalq? Let me get some answers in the chat. Let me get some answers. I think I need to repeat giving back some USDT. I think I need to give some USDT. I need to bring back my challenge. I give back some USDT because, okay, let me just open the chat. How many markets do we have in the Royalq application? How many markets? Can someone mention them in the chat? How many markets do we have? Thank you so much, Ida Eunice. She says we have the USDT market, we have the BTC market, and we have the Ethereum market, right? So we have the USDT market, we have the BTC market, and we have the Ethereum market. 3 markets you can be able to diversify in Royalq. But ladies and gentlemen, we want to put our focus in the USDT market. Why? The USDT market is where most people are involved. The USDT market is where most people are involved. The USDT market is where you can make big money, right? Big money. So we are putting our focus in the USDT market tonight. All right, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's get into this. So the plan to automate our robot fully can be done by us creating a drop of 47.2%. What do I mean by 47.2%? You're going to be able to understand. 2, use the double up method. When we meet the double up method, we mean that whenever the robot gets into the market to buy, it doubles what it bought recently. And that is very, very important. 3, allocate sufficient capital. Because if we have enough capital, the robot will then have very high chances to close the position in profit. When we pick our coin, ladies and gentlemen, in Royalq, it has an area we call trade setting. So I'm going to put my focus on only that area called trade settings. The picture that is in your screen provides what you see when you tap on trade settings. When you open your coin on trade settings, it has what we call the first buying amount, which precipitates the first amount of money you want to use when the robot gets into the market. Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me explain to you that the market has mainly 3 directions. This may not be so perfect, but it has what we call an uptrend. An uptrend meaning that the market is going up. It means that because the market is on an uptrend, you don't want your robot to start with all your capital. For example, if I have $500, I don't want all my $500 to be bought by the robot once. I want my robot to break down this $500 into small purchases so that it could buy so many times, because even when the market's on an uptrend, it does not go once up. So that's why we have the first buying amount. From the first buying amount, we have an area called open double position, which means that you want whenever the robot goes into the market, it doubles what it bought recently, which I don't encourage anyone to switch on. Next, we have what we call the margin call limit. Yes, I have $500. Yes, I want the robot to start with $15 at first. But how many times do I want the robot to keep on investing money in my account? That's what we mean by margin call limit. Next, we have an area called whole position take profit ratio and whole position take profit callback, which means that from your entry, if the market rises by 1.3% and tries to go down by 0.3%, the robot should sell, and it will be 1.3 minus 0.3, which means your take profit will be 1%. These are default settings of the robot. Next, the 7 margin calls that we have put up here, how will they be bought? How will they be bought? And that's what we call the margin configuration. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me now take you through an important area in our trade setting that looks at margin configuration. When we tap on the margin configuration, so we have an area we call margin call drop, and the robot we could open from margin call number 1 to margin call 999. So if we set our robot from our entry price, which is usually the average price on your robot, from our entry, we want the robot, if the market drops by 3.5, this is what this means, right? For example, if BTC is at 27,000, and this is our entry, when BTC drops by 3.5, the robot should prepare to buy. But when does the robot buy? The robot only buys, ladies and gentlemen, on an area we call the buying callback here. So this is what this means, right? The market drops by 3.5. The robot will prepare to buy when the market rises by 0.5, which is this buying callback. So some people usually have questions. The market has dropped by 3.5. Why is my robot not buying? The market is down by 3.5. Why is my robot not buying? The market might go down by 3.5. The market might continue to go down by 5%. The market might even go down by 10%. The robot will never invest in your money unless the market rises by 0.5. And that is what we call the buy-in callback. I want to repeat my statement. The market goes down by 3.5. The robot prepares to buy. It will only buy when the market rises by 0.5. This one we call the buy-in callback. So even if the market goes down by 5%, but the robot doesn't rise by the market doesn't rise by 0.5, the robot will not buy the first call here, which has dropped by 3.5. So what we mean by a drop of 47.2% is when we add the first call We add the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh, which is 12 plus 10 plus 8 plus 5.2 plus 4.5 plus 4 plus 3.5. It will give us a total of 47.2%. So from our entry price, the robot will keep on buying until the market drops by 47.2%. So we get the 47.2% by adding from margin call number 1 to margin call number 7. If you have understood that, give me a 1 in the chat before I continue to now the other side of how we invest in our money. If you have understood that, give me a 1 in the chat. If you have understood that, give me a 1 in the chat. If you have understood that, give me a 1 in the chat. If you have understood that, give me a 1 in the chat before we continue with the next session. Okay. Okay, now having understood what that means, I now want to take you through the second part. Okay, the second part. So I'll share my screen again and I'll come back to my slide. Remember, I said that we are using the plan of 47.2% drop. And also we are using what we call the double up method. Okay, now what does double up mean? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our first buying amount is $15. And we have seen that even when the market's on an uptrend, we enter from here, the market goes up, the market will continue going up and going down to form what we call an uptrend. We understand that along the line, the market will be coming down and going up at the same time. So we are instructing our robot. Yes, it is true we have $1,000. Yes, it is true we have $1,000, for example, but we don't want to put all our $1,000 in the market once. So we are saying, start with as low as $15. When the market drops down by 3.5, this one, and tries to go up by 0.5, the buying callback, the robot should buy twice. Twice of what? Of our first buying amount, which is 15. When the market does the same, now 4 times of $15, 8 times of $15, 16 times of $15, 32 times of $15, 64 times of $15, 128 times of $15. So it is whatever it bought recently, it doubles it up on the next call. 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 That's what we mean by double up. If you have understood double up, give me a 2 in the chat. If you have understood double up, give me a 2 in the chat. All right. If you have understood double up, give me a 2 in the chat. So that's what we mean by double up. Beautiful. Now let's find out. How much capital do we need. Let's find out how much capital do we need to use the double up together. 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2. How much do you get? 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2. How much do you get? 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 plus 64 plus 128. How much do you get? Let me get some answers in the chat. Let me get some answers in the chat. 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 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 plus 64 plus 128. Thank you so much, Mr. Casivante Abe. He says 254. Beautiful. He is right. 254. Thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate. When we add this up, we shall get 254. Now, 254, remember, the robot bought one time before the market fell by 3.5. That's why we add 1. The robot bought with $15 before the market fell by 3.5. So the total will be 255. Now, if our first buying amount, if our first buying amount is $15, $15 times 255, we get how much? 15 times 255, we get how much? 15 times 255, we get how much? Let me get your answers in the chat. 15 times 255, we get how much? 15 times 255, we get how much? 15 times 255, we get how much? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We get 3,825. Thank you so much, everybody. We get 3,000. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Yes, we get 3,825. So we get 3,825. So what about if your first buying amount is $12? If your first buying amount is $12 times 255, how much do we get? $12 times 255, how much do we get? 12 that times 255, how much do we get? Some answers in the chat, some answers in the chat. Thank you so much. $3,060. $3,060. $3,060. All right. Okay. Now, if we want to use the most effective method of using Royalq, we can either have a first buying amount with $15 to use 3,825 or $3,060. Now, for you to win this, I want to remind you that Binance has a total of around 72 coins. Hobby has a total of around 62 coins. The more coins you trade, the better. I would recommend you either trade half of them, which means you trade around 40 to 30 coins in Binance, half of them around 30 coins, times this, or times this, for you to benefit from the automation of the robot. You can either trade all the coins or trade off 30 coins using the most effective method. Am I making sense to everybody? If you want to automate your robot, sleep, never look for money, go to the beach. As the robot is working for you, the formula is simple. Of those 72 coins, you go and trade half of them. Yes, half of them, each coin with at least $3,060 as 12 as your first buying amount, or trade half of them, 15 as your first buying amount with $3,825. Automate your robot. Never work every day because you'll be making money. Either you like it or you don't like it, you'll be making money. Are we together? Now, the first point of today was to enable you understand that you can automate the robot. Is that okay, ladies and gentlemen? Are we okay? You put your robot on cycle. You put your robot on cycle and pick as many coins as you can afford. If you trade at least 30 coins, you are good to go. If you trade all of them, wonderful, fantastic. But each coin will cost you 3,825 if your first buying amount is 15, or $3,060 if your first buying amount is $12. Are we okay with that? All right. So the question is, can Royalq be fully automated? Can Royalq be fully automated? I have a question. Can Royalq be fully automated? Never work and it makes money for you. I have a question. Can Royalq be fully automated? You don't need to analyze the market. You don't need to learn anything. You set your robot and the robot works for you. Can Royalq be fully automated? Beautiful, 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 beautiful. That is the most important part. Now let's continue because lesson number 1 has been answered. I'm trying my best. Okay, so let me load my slides again. Let me load my slides again. Let me load my slides again. Okay. If capital is not sufficient for full automation, trade with care and caution to protect your capital. Grow capital by taking small and consistent profit over a period of time and use robot to trade efficiently. All right? So if capital is not sufficient, you cannot fully automate the robot. You need to trade with care. You don't need to just go to the market and throw in your capital at once. One of the challenges we face is that so many people, they just drop their capital once in the market and they suffer with floating loss. Now, the market is not your friend, neither is it your enemy. Market moves in trends, in what we have called the uptrend, the downward trend, and the sideway. So you take action based on indicators, candlestick charts, trend lines. You take action because you want to find one of the perfect trades you could pick and it gives a return, right? So where can you be able to learn all this information? One, we have been able to come up with 6 compulsory videos. These videos are helping you understand how the robot works. Where can you be able to find these videos? You could find Mr. Ruberti's YouTube channel, or you could subscribe to our, this lesson is also recorded. You could subscribe to this YouTube channel called Crypto Ambassadors. And when you come on videos and scroll down, you'll find these 6 videos here. They help you understand what is floating loss, how does the robot work. These videos are here, right? They look like this, so they could help you basically be able to follow the different lessons we also carry out. Like today, I did one of my fantastic lessons in the morning. This one, change your attitude, with one of my close team. So you could enjoy more. 2, you could also attend a free trading view class done by me every day, Monday to Friday for free, where we teach people who are interested to learn technical analysis of the market. That is where you learn. But also, we have come up with a strategy, because we understand when you get started, you don't know all this stuff. And this strategy is to provide signals. And these signals are called the 3% 300 strategy. Why now? I want to answer a question. Before I go to how you set the signals, I want to answer a question. Why 3% 300x? Now, this strategy is extremely powerful for robotic trading. It can give you extraordinary results and profits. With $15, you can profit. You can profit. You can profit $100,000. This sounds absurd, but it is doable. It is doable, all right? I understand that when I talk about this strategy, for someone who's hearing me for the very, very first time speak about it, you might wonder, is it possible to move $15 to become $100,000? Very possible. Very possible to move from $15 to make it $100,000. Now, why $100,000? In a strategy that I'll share at the end of this call, because I have around 30 minutes to come to the end. If you have $100,000, you can automate the robot and trade all coins with around 1,000 to 1,500 per coin. I'll share that at last. If you have $100,000, and you can sleep with not less than $100 a day. So it is possible to start with $15 and be able to make $100,000. All right, so let me answer that now. Now, this strategy is not 100% accurate. What do I mean? The signals that are given depending on the current market situation, which at the end of the day, the market that was on an uptrend can change and go to a downward trend, right? So the signals may not be 100% accurate, but they are between 85 to 95% accurate, right? So these signals, once they are provided to help you use little capital, enter a particular trade, provide settings, and be able to win. All right, so let's continue. So what happens? Signals are provided. Every day, signals are provided. So as you learn, we're attending trainings, as you learn to maybe find signals by yourself, as you learn to set the signals well, we are giving you signals for free. You don't need to pay for these signals, all right? They are given for free and they are winning signals. And you may use these signals, all right? The signal will come in this form. One, the signal will have the name of the coin. The signal will have a preset price. The signal will have a take profit. The signal will have a take profit callback, and the signal will have a drop. Now, how do you set the signal? We recommend your first buying amount to be as low as $15 if your capital ranges from $500 to $1,000. I personally recommend that if your capital is between 500 to 1,000, now this means that even those who are lower than this, to keep your first buying amount as low as $15. Our margin call limit is 4. The whole position take profit, you put 3.01. The whole position take profit callback, you put 0.01. And then the buy-in callback, you keep it 0.3. Now, let's talk about the margin call drop. This is our standard margin call drop. No matter which signal is given, we recommend 5% drop. Unless the signal is more than 5%. But even if a signal is 3%, even if the signal is 2%, even if the signal is 1%, we recommend a 5% drop. So the first call, 0.5, the second call, 0.5, the third call, 1.5, the fourth call, 2.5. Now, how much capital? We recommend you use the double up, which is the most effective, which is 2, 4, 8, 16. that requires a capital of around $465. If you have less than that, you could lower your multiple buying ratio to 2, 3, 5, 8, which takes around $285. You could also lower to 2, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this formula will take you around $225. Now, the $465 formula is the most effective on a signal. Why? Because when you use it, it always helps your trade get out faster. So that is how you set a signal as it is sent to the group. Now, having answered how to set a signal, I now want to go to the third way of those who fear floating loss. For example, if I have a capital of $1,000, I would be okay to use the 24816 formula because it will take me around $465 and I'll remain with a balance, which could be around $500, let me say, and $40. And I could use the $540 to basically be able to help me open more margin calls when the market goes against me, right? I'll talk about that later. But if you have little capital and you fear floating loss, right? You fear when the market dips because basically sometimes the market might misbehave, right? Where the expectation drop, the market goes longer than we expected the market to drop maybe by 3 to 5%. Then the market goes more than 5%, and it goes, let me say, 10% and below. Sometimes it happens when the market gets an abnormal happening, right? Because we don't control the market. So I want to go to the second category of people who say, me, I fear floating loss. I would rather be comfortable. I would rather be comfortable to use the default settings. Are we okay? Because I'm remaining with only, let me see, 10. I'm remaining with a few minutes, around 18 minutes to 19 to end my call. Are we okay? Now we can set a signal. Are we okay? Now we can set a signal, all right? Okay, we recommend that. So we recommend that. Okay, people with little capital, I'll come to you later. People with little capital, if you don't get it, I would still recommend you to watch this video again because it is recorded on the YouTube channel, right? Or keep your questions to up to the end of the call. I'm gonna provide some minutes to ask it. People with little capital, I'll come to you later, right? Okay, now, if you have issues with the market going down, for example, I pick 1 inch, create, set, this has already been taught already, so I'll not go into this, then tap on trade settings. Now, this robot comes with what we call default settings. So I could change this to 4, I change this to 3.01, I change this to 0.01, I change this to 3, then I keep it 1 short. So I can either use 12 or 15, it's up to you. Now let's go to the margin configuration. What I mean by people who fear floating loss, keep this default setting, don't change. When the signal is sent with 5% drop, for you, don't edit yours here on the margin call drop. Leave it as it is, right? Leave it as it is. Leave it as it is. This works best, so much best, for anybody who has capital from $500 and below. If your capital is $500 and below, the default settings are very sweet and nice for you. Anybody, I want to make my statement clear. Anybody who has $500 and below, use default settings. The other one that can follow the strategy itself is so much for people who can have at least $1,000 and above. But if you have $500 and below, you don't edit the margin call drop. Keep it to that. One, you will be making little profit. This is a disadvantage, but you will not stay longer in a trade. Anybody who has $500 and below, use default settings. One, you will always stay longer in a trade, but you will make little profit, but you will not stay longer in a trade. You will not have too much floating loss. Before I continue, is that clear? People who are now starting to type in the chat, what about us? $50, $100, $200. Are we okay? $500 and below. Me, I'm not the problem. Me, I'm not the problem. You have little money, you make a little profit. I'm not the problem. Someone is saying you're a very bad guy. I'm not the problem. This is not gambling. This is not gambling. This is trading. It's up to you to say, Julius, I don't agree. What are the consequences? You'll pick a coin and stay very long in it until you forget your name. Those who have the challenges, you'll understand me. Your $500 is very good money, is very good money to you. But my friend, it is very little in the market. According to where we are, there is no coin that can now drop 95%. We are done with that season. Trading is not like other business. Okay. We cannot go back to 95% drops of the other season. Seasons change. We are not going back to 95% drop. Now let me continue to my class because I don't want to be distracted. All right. We are not going back to load. Let's come up. Now, you will make little profit. Now, if you have less than, if you have $500, this would be so sweet for you. It's the only money you have. Pick one coin at a time. Use 2, 4, 8, 16. It will help you so much. All right. If you have $300, come and use 2, 3, 5, 8. 5, 8. This will help you so much. Especially here will help you if the market abruptly goes against you. You will not have huge floating. You will not have huge floating. Now, people who have little capital, for example, I have $50. The maximum amount of margin calls you can have is 2. Okay, me, I will keep this to 15. I don't want to buy with very little, is 2. Oh no, $50 is one margin call. Now they send a signal. They send a signal and they say the drop is 5%. For you, because you have little money, you don't have anything to do. You just come here, put 5%. Because you have $50. So the 15 get into the market, then the 30 backs you up, which makes you a total of 45. Now, if you only have 50, if you only have 15, for you, there is no reason of margin call. People have $20, people have $15. For you, no margin call. You enter, you wait until the market will rise. One of the challenge of only having $15 is that sometimes some trade may take long to deliver. Some trades might be faster. You might enter $15 and they are faster, but others, some trades may take long to deliver because of the market situation. But if you have $50 for you, when the drop is given 5, you just set 5. If you have $100 for you can do 2 margin call. When they say that the drop is 5, you use default. This is already 7.5. It's okay. So it buys 2, it buys 4. You have $100, right? So that's how you continue to contemplate on the market. I'm remaining with 11 minutes. So I'll continue by saying, I said you'll understand how to automate, which I've done. I've told you why we use signals, how to set signals, how to default, 3%, 300x. Now, as I'm about to come to the end and come into your questions, signals are only given as support. Signals are not 100% reliable. Why? Because sometimes the market can go against us. Large capital and automated trades are still the best. Focus on building a community to raise trading capital. Focus on building a community to raise trading capital. Now, lastly, I want to go to wallet management. Wallet management. Ladies and gentlemen, we have this formula called 20, 30, 50. 20, 30, 50. Right? So you have a capital. You do not need to trade all coins or signals given in the group. Let me come on camera about that. You do not need to trade all coins and signals sent in the group. Someone may ask, but Julius, for you, why do you send? Yet I don't need to trade all of them. My friend, I'm not the problem. Me, the reason I send is that there are people who have more capital than you. So if you are suffering with $200, I'm not the problem. There is opportunity for someone who has their $3,000. There is opportunity for someone who has their $5,000. Please, I'm not the problem. So trade according to what you have. Okay? If you have less than $500, trade one coin at a time. You find someone, he has $500, is trading 9 coins. All coins going floating loss, he starts to complain. You find someone who has $2,000, is trading over 20 coins. I personally recommend, if your capital keeps on growing, keep it to $1,000 per coin. That's the best strategy, $1,000 per coin. Now, I want to talk about wallet management, then use the remaining 8 minutes, 5 minutes to answer your questions. Then I come to the end of this call because I don't need to exceed 1 hour. Okay, let's look at this, guys. Let's look at this. Let's talk about wallet management. Wallet management. All right. I want to tell you the formula of 20, 30, 50. You need to use a maximum of around 20% in your trade. As you are passing in a group, Coach Musa comes and he says current price. You will go and now look for the 30% of your capital and go and take this 30% into the current price trade. Why? Because it is a pumping coin. Usually current price trades are pumping coins. Then 50% of your capital will help you when the market goes against you. Now, 20, 30, 50 formula cannot work for you if your capital is only $500. No, it can't work. $500 and below, you go and use default settings so that you use the default setting to help you manage your capital. The problem you will face, you'll be making little profit. but you always not stay in trades faster. I'm gonna share with you how you will win. But if you have $1,000 and above, and that is your capital, please this formula will help you manage your wallet well and be winning trades all the time without too much floating. When Coach Musa sends the signal of current price, you look at 30% of your capital to help you take advantage of a pumping coin. But you don't take advantage of a pumping coin by investing all your $1,000 once. You will still need a backup. For example, let me go to a calculator. Oh. You have $1,000. $200. If you are using this is a conservative formula, so you are picking up a signal, $200. So if you start with 15 as your first buying amount, it's okay. If you find you can drop your coins to use the default settings or the signal given, which could be around 465. So the maximum you could limit, you could go for is 465. Now, when Coach Musa says current price, the maximum capital you can go with is $300. Current price. Okay, he says current price. Let me show you such a signal. Let me pick it up here. These are usually pumping coins. With long approach, you get wrong results. Let me pick it up. For example, these are usually pumping coins. Coach Musa trades so much pumping coins. For example, here he comes and says, current price, take profit 2%, call drop 2.21%. How much capital you have? $300. All right. What you do, you come and find CRV. Okay, this is CRV. And he says that call drop 2.21. Okay, so 2%. It is one call drop. That's what he means. 2%. Then he says the call drop is 2 point what? 2.21. 2.21%. That is the call drop. Now you just go to your calculator and say, no. You just go to the calculator and say, I have $300. I want to enjoy. So if I take 50 as my first buying amount and the robot buys 2 times, that will be 100. It will not work for me. 75 as my first buying amount, and the market drops by that 2.21, he says, and I buy 2 times, that will be 150. No. What if my first buying amount is let me say 100 and no, let me go 85 times 2. It will be 170 plus 85. 255. Yeah, I'm still safe. 95 times 2. It's 190 plus 95. 285. So this one is safe. So I will come and say my first buying amount will be 95. with Coach Musa's call. What capital am I using? 95. I'm using a capital. I have $1,000. I have $1,000. I'm using $300 to take advantage of a pumping coin. What about my remaining $700? My remaining $700, I have exposed around 465, which was okay, because if I expose around, I remain with some balance. But this is not directly exposed. So it means that I enjoy a pumping coin, I make money. I also keep on trading with the signals. And I also have a balance in case the market goes against me on a signal that was given. Am I making sense to you guys? I don't know. Am I making sense? But you as $100, kwanza $50, kwanza $10, kwanza 75, kwanza 100, and you are busy sweating on the group. Go open your mouth. Go open your mouth. You cannot be lazy yet you are poor. Two things don't add up. You cannot say, I don't want to speak to people. Me, I only want the robot to trade for me. Where is money? You don't have. Open your mouth. Because at the end of the day, you will put in your $100, your first buying amount. The market goes against you, and you stay in the market as we are enjoying. Every time you are complaining, since I entered this coin, me, nothing is happening. I feel like deleting the robot. It's not the robot with the problem. It's you who doesn't have money. It's not the robot. You have $20. Some people, I have a friend of mine, I think now she hates me. She has only $20. The robot bought, but the market went against her. This robot is very bad. It's not the robot, no. Capital. Now let me go to your questions. I want to give in just 5 minutes and I look through your questions. Some people are crying. Now why cry? No reason for crying. Okay, I want to go to your questions. What if the coin dropped by 95? No, it's not possible. How can someone get out of floating loss? If you are people with issues of floating loss, Friday, if all you can go and watch the previous training. I'm not going to floating loss now. What is the maximum drop that the coin can drop in this season? Not so much. Coin can go around 30% deep now. Sometimes some coins, when 4 margin calls, sometimes on some coins, Julius, when 4 margin calls or less asset sub-bin module time settlement, we would not accept. Okay. Don't change the strategy mode when the robot has 4 margin calls. The changing of the strategy mode doesn't work in 4 margin calls. There's no need to worry. If your robot has bought 4 margin calls and you want to buy more, before you set the 5th call, change the strategy mode first. That's all. You can edit anytime. So now, lastly, because now I think I've answered all your questions. The Zoom for today is to learn to set signals. Whoever follows the strategy, I have a guy, he follows this strategy. I have never seen him suffer with floating loss. For him, every day is a money-making day. He keeps the strategy. You keep the strategy and keep making money. Or because some of you, the challenge you face is that you compare results. People are making $30, $50, 100, 10. Why me I'm making 0.2, 0.53? Why even me I need 50? Now, you increase your money. Your first buying amount was 15. Now you put in all your $100. It catches you. You stay there. The guys you are comparing yourself with, some have $3,000, $2,000, $5,000. They can't tell you how much capital they have. Now, your challenge is that you are seeing screenshots of $5, $10, $30, and you feel pain that you are not making money, the other guy is making. Now, when the signal is sent, you put all your smaller money as your first buying amount. Why? Because you also want to see $5, $10, $20 a day. The market goes against you. You stay in a trade. The trade doesn't return. You even miss out opportunities of pumping coins because you cannot sell. You feel like touching the coin. The coin is in negative 30. You feel like you want to sell it. You can't sell it. People are enjoying money. Some people come in my chat, very, 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 very tough. Julius, me, I'm not earning. People are earning. Why do you become greedy with other people's profits? Have a guy, I'm telling him to post this guy makes close to $2,000 a day. He doesn't want to post. I'm requesting him today to post. He trades with a very huge capital. Now, you see his capital, you say, hey, go. People are killing it. Signal, first buying amount, you put all your $100. You put all your $200. You put all your $300. Instead of the coin doing like this, the coin does like this. Now, you stay in a trade for 6 months. Like people who traded GMT. GMT has not been going up for a very long time. People who traded ape has not been going up for a very long time. Now, don't compare your results with other people's results. Or else, you will, unless you not renew your robot, you will have this robot for a full year, and your robot will have sold once. Either increase your capital or keep taking your little profit slowly. Now, I want to share with you, as I come to the end, the power of taking little profits repeatedly. You know, people don't understand that you can take little profit and enjoy comfortably and keep on growing your capital slowly, enjoy, and you're not comparing yourself with anyone. All right? As I take you to this part, I want to share with you this story. All right? A friend of mine was working in a bank. All right? Was working in the bank. And every evening, his friends would go for KFC. Every evening, they go for KFC. Every evening, they go for KFC. Every evening, they go for KFC. And after they have done this for around 2 months of him seeing them, they went and bought cars. All right? They now got cars. All right? And when they got these cars, basically, they were getting these cars on loans. So they were driving themselves, but paying. That is middle class lifestyle, paying these cars slowly. So one day I found him on the street and asked him, hey bro, how are you? I'm fine. Where are you from, man? You see, these days every evening I go for KFC. I said, man. Then as I was dropping off, I saw him jump into a very brand new, nice looking car. And I told him, man, congratulations. He said, hey, Julius, I was missing a car. Had I known that people who drive cars enjoy life, this guy had taken a loan of cars. He took a loan of a car of around 100 million. He took a car loan of 100 million. Okay. And what was his problem? He was comparing himself to people who are driving. Me, I had made my money in Royalq. I was driving my car from paid cash, zero balance. Now, I told him, man, I love your drive. Let us cruise crazy. We started driving, stubborn driving. We drove at a very high speed, stubborn driving, and this guy accidentally dropped the car in the ditch. And the car got spoiled. He has no money now because of comparing himself to other people. The car is spoiled. He needs to pay the loan. The guys are on his neck. And yesterday, but one he sold his land. Ladies and gentlemen, life is not about comparing yourself with other people. If someone has a car or someone is having big capital, it is none of your business. You need to compare yourself of becoming better than who you were yesterday. You can say, yes, maybe someone has a car, it's very good to work hard, but don't take huge risks because you want to live a life Peter is living in. This predisposes you to suffering. Now, this guy is going to suffer for so many months. I even don't know. So make sure, even in trading, it's the same stuff. If someone is making more profit than you, please don't go and borrow money. Few days ago, my friend from Nigeria went and borrowed money. He borrowed money. Julius, hey, Julius. You guys are killing it. The guy went and took a loan. Certainly. We dropped a signal. SXP, current price. He said, Leader Julius, I've put all the $4,000 in the market. Yeah, SXP. What happened to SXP? First buying amount was $4,000. The coin, sweet. SXP has not returned to his average. So yesterday, I was at home. The guy called me like 100 times. Julius, I need you. I said, my friend, what's the problem? The guys I borrowed the money are looking for me. Everything is not add up. Please. This crypto is not for your father, nor is this crypto for your children. Don't borrow money and bring money in crypto because you want to become rich tomorrow. Use what you have. You have $15. You have $50. Grow slowly. Don't compare yourself to other people because you want to be successful fast. Or else you will face it a rough way. Don't borrow money and bring it in crypto, right? Don't borrow money and bring it to crypto. Instead of you owning an iPhone, working hard to have an iPhone, use that money for trading and grow it slowly. Instead of you thinking to buy a car, use that money and grow it slowly. Instead of you buying so many liabilities, you can now bring that money in crypto. But do not borrow money and bring it to crypto, all right? Start slowly, grow your capital slowly, right? Look for people who are ready to listen to grow slowly, right? People who are ready, because ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, you can start small. As I ending, you can start small and change your life. You can start with little capital and change your life. When I started Royalq, I want to remind you, I found guys who are trading with $500,000. I found guys who are making crazy money, but I started small and kept my own pace, and I thought long term. Today, man, we are now the big boys. The other guys are now the small boys. So you start small and you keep long term. Don't trade like you are starting now and then tomorrow you'll be a millionaire. You think long term. all right? You think long term. I decided to take Royalq for the next 20 to 30 years because the next Bitcoin halving will end in 100 years from now. The next 20 to 30 years, I'll be a multi-billionaire. I don't compare myself to anyone. I run my race slowly. Now, how can you grow your capital slowly? Keep growing it. Be patient with your trades. Keep growing it. Keep growing it. This is the right approach. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen, and I want to take you to the compounding calculator. I want to take you to the compounding calculator. You are complaining about little profit. You are complaining about little money. You are complaining that you're not making big. Look at this, guys. If your first buying amount is 15 and you pick trades and have 300 successful trades, look, if you only have $15, if you only have $15, if you only have $15, it doesn't matter how long this trade takes. If you only have $500 and you keep your first buying amount 15, this is what is going to happen. If the market drops, you will always make more profit than expected. If the market doesn't drop, you will only make profit of $15, but you will not stay in a trade longer. This will be your profit slowly. It will be little. It will be, but my friend, by the time we enter the next Bitcoin halving, by the time we enter the next Bitcoin halving, my friend, by the time we enter the next Bitcoin halving, slowly, patiently, winning one trade at a time, following this strategy, one trade at a time, 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 slowly, comfortably, you will find that you have $100,000. You will now automate your trade and you will enjoy the bull run. Your life will never be broke again. You might say, Julius, 1 year is very far. But how many years do you have? And on those years, how many years have you been broke? So many. So now, why do you underestimate what can happen to you in 1 year and overestimate what could happen to you now? Then you bring yourself a problem. Do not underestimate the power of compounding. Grow slow, one step at a time. Don't compare results. Keep sharing the opportunity. Keep growing your capital slowly, step at a time, step at a time. And at the end of the day, you will be a champion. Thank you so much for joining today's call. I want to wish you a perfect, amazing day, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't get it, watch this again and make sure you can be able to type your question on maybe on the YouTube channel, and I'll come back and answer you. Maybe on the group, I'll find some time to come back to you and answer you the next question. Okay, the team that is supposed to meet me, I'm sorry, we are 6 minutes late, but after this Zoom, I'm gonna close. Leader Eunice has dropped the contact for people in Kenya. If you have prospects in Kenya, or if you have people you know in Kenya, and you want to attend that presentation, you as a member of Royalq, what you need to do to facilitate the organizers of the event, you buy yourself a ticket of $10, right? You buy yourself a ticket of $10 and invite everybody you want, right? And invite everybody you want in Kenya. So what do you need to do? You contact Leader Eunice, the organizing committee in Kenya, and you'll be able to attend that event physically. People in Kenya, what do you expect from me? One, I will do 1 hour of simple tactics of technical analysis free of charge. You don't need to pay me. How to set your robot, how to build a team, how 3% 300x challenge, all these ideas fully packed on the 5th of the 5th of May. Then on the 6th of May, everybody in Royalq, you are collected to invite your prospects. You are collected to invite your prospects at Meridian Hotel in Nairobi. Those in Mbarara, I'll be at Acacia Mall. Those in Mbarara, I'll be at Acacia Mall on the 29th of this month. I'll be there at the 29th of this month. I need to get the name very well, but I'll be there on the 29th of this month in Mbarara, and that will be around between Thursday and Friday this week. Then we shall catch up in Kenya, ladies and gentlemen. We shall catch up in Kenya. Then later, those in Kampala on the 27th, 26th, 27th, I'll be in Kampala. Why? Because I stay in Masaka City, ladies and gentlemen. All those in Kenya, please feel free to invite massively and let us change this world together. All right? Thank you so much. And I wish you a perfect week. My brothers and friends in Zanzibar and in Tanzania, there is some little not good coordination. I don't know, not good coordination there, but I'll do my best and see if I could go to those countries also. And all over the world, slowly we are coming to Ghana, to Russia. We are coming to Ghana, to Russia. We are planning different areas, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are in Mbarara, check me up. I'll be in Mbarara this weekend. See you there. Let's talk about business. Let's understand the power of financial freedom, ladies and gentlemen. Doing what you want to do anytime. My friend Joseph says you should come to China. All right, James. All right, Joseph. Let's chat and see how best I could come to that area, different areas in Uganda and across the world, and let us get this to another level. The Bitcoin halving is coming. Are you ready to make some good, amazing income? Then if you are, ladies and gentlemen, then the rest is gonna be history. People are inviting me in Dubai. Okay, I need to speak to Leader Tracy in Dubai. Yes, I can. I can come to Dubai, basically. I can come to Dubai and we do different meetings there physically. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the financial freedom era. And this is your time to make a decision. Let us change the world together. Thank you so much. Have a nice day and bye, everybody.